Hello and welcome to this answer explanation video. In this video I'm going to cover the Year 5 worksheet Add Mixed Numbers. I'll model how to answer each of the questions and cover some of the things that you may have found tricky. Question 1. Complete the calculations and sort them into the Carroll diagram. Sort them by writing A, B or C in the correct box. So on your sheet you've got 3 different calculations and we need to solve them to sort them. In the Carroll diagram, we've got the criteria less than 4, greater than 4. So if your answer is less than 4, it'll go in one of these boxes, and if it's greater than 4, it goes in one of these boxes. And then the fraction can be simplified. Now, that means finding the equivalent fraction. So if your fraction in your answer can be made smaller with an equivalent fraction, then it goes in this box. And the fraction cannot be simplified. So if that is the lowest it will go and we can't find any equivalent fractions lower than the one we've got, then it goes in these boxes. So our first calculation is 2 and 5/6 add 1 and 5/18. So we need to make the denominators the same. So that 2 and 5/6 will become 2 and 15/18. Add 1 and 5/18. I'm going to add my 2 whole numbers first, so 2 add 1 is 3. And then I'm going to add my fraction, so 15/18 add 5/18 is 20/18. And then I'm going to turn 20/18 into a mixed number. So 18 goes into 20 once with 2 18s left over. So now what I can do is put 1 and 2/18 and 3 together. So that makes 4 and 2/18. Now 4 and 2/18 can be simplified because the equivalent fraction would be 4 and 1/9. So A, the answer is greater than 4 and the fraction can be simplified. So it goes in that box there. Question B, 3 and 2/5 add 1 and 9/20. So I'll do the same thing again. I'm going to make the fractions have the same denominator. So that would be 3 and 8/20. Add 1 and 9/20. I'm going to add my whole numbers. So 3 add 1 makes 4. And then I'm going to add the fraction. So 8/20 add 9/20 is 17/20, which is a proper fraction, so we don't need to do anything with that. We just need to put 4 and 17/20 together. So 4 17/20. 17/20 cannot be simplified because there is not a number we can divide 17 and 20 by to get a whole answer. So B is greater than 4 because the fraction makes it greater than 4 and the fraction cannot be simplified. So B goes in that box. Finally, calculation C, we've got 2 and 1/4 add 1 and 4/12. So I'm going to make the calculation so the denominators are the same. So that would be 2 and 3/12 add 1 and 4/12. If I add 1 and 2, I get 3. And then when I add 3/12 and 4/12, I get 4, 5, 6, 7, 7/12. So if I put 3 and 7/12 together, I get 3 and 7/12. 7/12 cannot be simplified, and our whole number is 3. So this is less than 4, and it cannot be simplified. So C goes in here. Question 2. Complete the statements using more than, less than, or equals. On your sheet, you've got 4 different calculations. The first 2 you need to compare with each other. We've got 10/3 add 4 and 13/15. What you'll notice about this calculation is that both the numbers within it are represented in different ways. We've got an improper fraction and a mixed number. So we need to make sure that they're both the same. I'm going to change 10/3 into a mixed number. However, you can change 4 and 13/15 into an improper fraction. 10/3 as a mixed number then is 3 and 1/3 because 3 goes into 10 3 times with 1 left over. So now the calculation is 3 and 1/3 add 4 and 13/15. However, we need to make sure the denominators are the same. So that means I'm going to need to change 1/3 into 15ths. So that would be 3 and 5/15 add 4 and 13/15. I'm going to partition the calculation into whole numbers and fractions. So 3 add 4 is 7, and 5/15 add 13/15 is 18/15. 18/15 is also an improper fraction, so I'll convert that into a mixed number, which is 1 because 15 goes into 18 once, and then I've got 3/15 left over. So then I add 7 and 1 together, that gives me 8, and then I have my fraction of 3/15. So 10/3 add 4/15 is 8 and 3/15. So now we can move on to the next calculation. 3 and 2/5 add 4 and 11/15. I don't need to do anything with the numbers because they are both mixed numbers. All I need to do is make sure that the fractions have the same denominator. So 3 and 2/5 in 15ths would be 6/15. Add 4 and 11/15. So I'll do the same again and I'll split my calculation into whole numbers. So 3 add 4 is 7 again, and then add the fractions. 6/15 add 11/15 equals 17/15, which again is an improper fraction, so we need to convert it to a mixed number, which is 1 because 15 goes into 17 once, with 2/15 left over. So now I need to add my mixed number to my whole number. So 7 add 1 is 8, and then I have 2/15. 8 and 3/15 is greater than 8 and 2/15, so that symbol needs to go in there. 17/7 adds 6 and 8/14. Again, we've got a situation where one of the fractions in the calculation is represented differently to the other. So I'm going to do the same thing again and make them both mixed numbers. So 7 goes into 17 twice, with 3/7 remaining. Add 6 and 8/14. So again, I need to make the denominators in my fractions the same. So that would be 2 and 6/14. Add 6 and 8/14. 2 add 6 is 8. 6/14 add 8/14 is 6 add 8, 14/14, which is the same as 1. So then I can add these together. So 8 add 1 is 9. So now we need to solve this calculation. Again, both the numbers in the calculation are mixed numbers, so we don't have to do anything there, but we do need to make sure the denominators are the same. So to make 4 and 2/7 have the same denominator here, we need to multiply everything in the fraction by 3. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 7 is 21. Add 2 and 14, 21. 4 and 2 is 6, and then we do 6 21s, add 14, 21 is 20, 21. So 6 add 20, 21s would give me 6. And 20, 21s. So 9 is greater than 6 and 20, 21s. So that symbol goes in there. Question 3. Katie and Caris are practicing long distance running. Katie says, I have run 2 and 2/3 laps. Caris says, I have run 3 and 2/9 laps. How many laps have they run altogether? So in order to find out how many laps they've run in total, we need to add Katie's amount to Caris's amount. Katie has run 2 2/3 and Caris has run 3 2/9. So our calculation is 2 2/3 add 3 2/9. However, we need to make sure that the fractions in each calculation have the same denominator. So in order to do that, we need to change thirds into ninths. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 3. So 2 remains the same, 2 becomes 6, and the denominator becomes 9. Add 3 2/9. So I'm going to break that calculation down even more into the wholes and into the fractions. 2 add 3 is 5, and then 6 9ths add 2 9ths is 8 9ths. Put those two together, the answer to the calculation is 5 and 8 9ths. So in total, Katie and Caris have won 5 and 8 9ths of a lap. That was an answer explanation video from Classroom Secrets on the Year 5 worksheet Add Mixed Numbers. If you would like to watch the video tutorial that accompanies this step, please visit kids.classroomsecrets.co.uk. And if you would like more resources on this step, please visit classroomsecrets.co.uk.